Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute since my last video, but what has been going on the past over 2 weeks in Gaza and in Palestine, it's just devastating and heartbreaking. It's a nightmare. It should be on everyone's mind. I don't have any notes about what I want to say here. I just kind of want to have a heart-to-heart on where I stand with Palestine and my thoughts on how everything is being portrayed in the media, and just have a conversation about it so that you all know where I stand on my channel, and that is with Palestine. My unwavering support for Palestine will never die. I have always been a supporter of Palestine. First of all, I'm a Muslim, so I stand with the Muslim Ummah. I have a feeling that we're all kind of on the same page, that what Israel has been doing to Gaza specifically for the past 2 weeks is absolutely inhumane. It is terrorism. It is committing countless war crimes, and it must be condemned. If you are somebody who is unfamiliar with the issue or has only been seeing what's been going on for the past 2 weeks, then you probably don't have the full accurate picture, especially if you're somebody who relies on mainstream media outlets like CNN, Fox News, or these big time celebrities who actually don't know what they stand for. Or if they do know what they stand for, then they're horrible people. Because if they are posting that I support Israel, I stand with Israel, they support genocide and ethnic cleansing. Palestinians have been living under an occupation since 1948. Israel is an occupying apartheid state. So I guess if this is your first time seeing a different perspective on the quote-unquote conflict, which, by the way the media is portraying this as the Israel-Hamas war or the conflict between Israel and Palestine, that is completely inaccurate. And that is because Israel and Palestine are not two equal powers. Israel gets billions of dollars of funding from countries like the US, from our tax dollars. They have a very weaponized, militant presence in Palestine, in the occupied side, in the West Bank, in Gaza. And calling this a war is not accurate either. You can't have a war when one country doesn't have a proper military. And this isn't a war when people being killed are innocent civilians in the thousands of children. You want to talk about condemning the killing of children and the beheading of babies? I mean, let's count the numbers up since 1948. And if we're only focusing on what's happened in the past 2 weeks, again, you're very ignorant and you refuse to believe the truth, because the truth is not pretty. There's no sugarcoating it. And we just have to keep spreading information, because I'm seeing that more and more people are becoming educated, whether it's celebrities, people that I knew in high school who never said a word about it. Let me put it to you straight in case you don't know. Gaza is the world's largest open air prison. They have been taken under siege by Israel since 16 some years ago. And Gaza is a strip of land that is about 25 miles long and 5 to 7 miles wide, that over 2 million people live in that very confined space. The Prime Minister has said the most inhumane rhetoric towards the people of Gaza, that they are human animals, we need to wipe them out. And since the attacks that Hamas launched on Israel 2 weeks ago, Gaza is being punished as a collective, which is a war crime. There have been thousands of bombs dropped. 1 million people are currently displaced. They don't have homes. There is no electricity. There is no fuel. There is limited water, resources. Surgeons are performing surgeries out on the street using phone flashlights, if the phones are even charged. So many children are dying. So many people are dying. And again, if we want to keep talking about this narrative of, do you condemn the loss of any innocent life? Don't ask a supporter of Palestine if they condemn the loss of an innocent life, because we have been condemning for the past 75 years. Why are you only speaking about it since the past 2 weeks? when the loss of innocent lives and attacks are now happening to white Europeans? Do you really condemn the loss of all human lives, or do you only condemn it when it happens to white Europeans? Like, yeah, needless without saying, of course I don't approve of any attack on innocent life. Of course, I don't want bloodshed. I want peace, but you can't have peace without Palestinian liberation. Now, that's the problem with a lot of people who aren't familiar on this issue. It's why can't they get along? Why is Hamas doing that? Why are they constantly in war? If somebody knocked at your door where your family has lived there for generations and forcibly made you to leave in the name of this land, I have the rights to this land, God gave me this land, the state of Israel promised me this land, what would you do if you were told to leave your house? Of course there's gonna be resistance. Of course there's gonna be, fighting for their land back, fighting for liberation and the right to live a healthy, happy life. People in Gaza are not living like that. People even in the West Bank aren't living like that. I just think that if you currently are neutral on the issue, or if you currently stand with Israel on this issue, I need you to take a deep look inside and ask yourself, if I was alive during the Atlantic slave trade, or if I was alive during the Holocaust, what side would you have been on? Because right now I'm telling you, you're on the wrong side. When 50, 60, 100 some years down the line, when Palestine will finally be free, because it will be free one day, inshallah, when it will be free, and when all these war crimes are finally acknowledged and everything is in the textbooks, everything is made into a documentary, you are going to be so ashamed and embarrassed of what side you stood on. If you are a Zionist or a supporter of Israel, I request that you unfollow me, you unsubscribe. I don't engage with that. On my channel, I stand for human rights. I also just want to say, you don't have to be Muslim, you don't have to be Arab, you don't have to have a close tie to any Palestinian in order to have an opinion on this. This is a human rights issue. We're all human at the end of the day. Ways that you can actively make a difference is showing up for local protests and rallies to put pressure on our local governments and institutions. Obviously, donate financially. Again, I'm gonna have a lot of resources linked in the description down below on where you can donate, links to educate yourself. Keep spreading education. There are like tons of really good educational flyers, infographics, etc. being spread on social media. If you're not currently on social media, I feel like now would be a great time to get on social media, because whether or not you may want to hear it, social media is one of the most influential places to be on in order to spread correct information about what's going on. The power of prayer and dua. At the end of the day, we're human. We only have so much control. Everything is up to Allah. We can make a lot of dua for those who are mourning the loss of loved ones, those who are constantly in a state of fear, constantly in a state of angst, for Allah to ease that on them. I feel like this video is gonna turn out long. I don't really care. I am really grateful for those who stuck around to the end of it. Don't give up on this issue. Keep spreading it. Things are working. Boycotting is working. Boycott Starbucks, McDonald's, Disney. I just wanted to put this out there before I went back to posting like my regular vlogs, because it feels really superficial. I do plan to get back to it soon, just so people can have mental breaks, because mental breaks are also really important. I will see you in the next video.